Have you noticed how one protest march can suddenly turn into a national political flashpoint? That's exactly what happened across the United States on May 1st as massive May Day demonstrations erupted in major cities from Los Angeles to New York, Chicago, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. But this wasn't just about workers asking for better paychecks. This year, rallies become a much bigger showdown over the future of America itself, touching everything from labor rights and union power to immigration enforcement, inflation, housing costs, and the pressure millions of families are feeling in everyday life. What started historically as International Workers' Day quickly transformed into one of the most politically charged public mobilization Americans has seen this year. Protesters filled streets carrying union banners, immigrants' rights signs, and anti corporate messaging, while critics framed the demonstrations as evidence of growing political instability and frustrations with the current leadership. Social media amplified every movement, turning localized marches into a nationwide political spectacle within hours. And because the country is already deeply divided, heading into a heated political season, these protests immediately triggered intense debate over whether they represent a healthy democratic activism or a warning sign of growing public anger boiling over. At the center of these demonstrations was a message that resonates far beyond organized labor. Many Americans feel squeezed from every direction. Grocery bills remain stubbornly high. Rent continues rising in major metropolitan areas, and wage growth still feels insufficient for many working class families despite broader economic optimism in certain sectors. Protest organizers leaned heavily into the frustration, arguing that the economic system is increasingly rewarding corporations and investors while ordinary workers fall further behind. Union groups pushed for stronger workplace protections, higher wages, healthcare security, and tighter regulations of large employers. For many participants, the issue wasn't just income, it was dignity and stability. Protesters repeatedly emphasized that working full time no longer guarantees a financial security the way many Americans believe in once did. This framing is politically powerful because it connects a personally financially anxiety to broader systematic grievance. When people feel they are doing everything right and still struggling, frustration naturally seeks our outlet. That's partly why these demonstrations drew not only union members but also students, gig workers, teachers, healthcare employees, delivery drivers, and families who simply feel economically stuck. Immigrations became another major flashpoint during the protest, making the demonstrations even more politically explosive. In several cities, immigrants' rights organizations marched alongside labor coalitions, demanding pathways to legal protections, expanded workers' rights for undocumented laborers, and opposition to stickers enforcement policies. Supporters argue that immigrants workers are essential to industries ranging from agriculture and hospitality to construction and logistics, yet often face exploitation due to legal vulnerability. Critics, however, see this alignment between labor activism and immigration advocacy as politically controversial, especially at a time when border security remains one of the most polarizing issues in American politics. Opponents claim expanding protections without stronger enforcement could incentivize further immigration while intensifying pressure on public resources and labor competition. This clash turned many demonstrations into ideological battlegrounds. Depending on where Americans get their news, these protests were framed either as a legitimate movement for fairness and inclusion, or an evidence of activist group pushing an agenda disconnected from border concerns and national security priorities. That split perception is exactly why the protests are now fueling wider national debate. Political leaders quickly reacted, and their responses revealed just how symbolic these demonstrations have become. Progressive politicians praised the marches as proof that Americans are demanding accountability from both government and business leaders. They highlighted concerns over union rights, wage stagnation, healthcare affordability, and protections for vulnerable workers. Meanwhile, conservative voices criticized parts of demonstrations as overly disruptive, politically opportunistic, or ideologically driven beyond economic concerns. Some pointed to isolated clashes, traffic disruptions, or aggressive rhetoric as examples of protests becoming counterproductive. Others argued the demonstrations shows frustration with failed policy choices that have left Americans dealing with inflation, housing shortages, and uncertainty. If you like the video, please do consider subscribing to the channel and stay with me. Uh, Till then, I will meet you in the next video. Goodbye.